if they can't battle against our information or our logic,
Yeah, they say something.
then they have to attack us personally and try to make it look like, oh, if um if Master Luki is would you say violent?
Yeah, they say you were
If
full
they
of
say,
rage.
oh, if Master Luke is full of rage, then his argument can't be valid.
But you're not full of rage and have no proof of that.
Well, I mean, it's okay to be angry at abuse in
Yeah,
the
but that's
medical
not
industry.
rage. Rage is coming it's like out of control. You're not
Let's
angry.
let's
You're,
look
you're
up what
stopping the
rage is.
purpose.
I'm gonna look up. We're gonna learn something today.
You're stopping with a cause. There's a difference.
Rage. I think anger can be productive, but rage. Violent. Okay, yeah. So it does mean violence.
You're not violent. Well, maybe you, well,
Well, you know,
you had to be in the ring. But that
I'm
was
definitely not physically violent
only when you're in the
outside
ring.
of outside of a professional setting. But violence could be, um, words could be
Yep.
violence. Let's see. I think Twitter was blocking people from posting about Joe Biden's son's corruption yesterday. I think that's a form of violence. Let's see here.
Blocking it.
Violence. Injurious action. Unjust or warranted. There you go. An unjust or unwarranted exertion of force or power as against rights or laws.
Yeah.
So that was violent.
Yeah.
That was violent what Twitter did yesterday.
Yeah.
And what's that? There's a quote. It's better to be a warrior on a farm than a farmer in a war.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if they want to say I'm violent, that's okay because I will exert my force against against
Laugh at them.
against injustice.
Sure.
I will exert force against injustice. So Superman's violent. Batman's violent.
Yeah.
And Batman's cool because he doesn't have any superpowers.
Yeah. Sure.
He's just a trained ninja.
Yeah, you're right. He does have any superpowers. He has a gadget.
Dark Dracona says it's easy to confuse passion with rage.
Oh, we're on the air?
He says, we live in a world where violence is glorified. Yeah, you gotta go with it, Dark Draconis. You gotta go with it because if that's the way of the world, you can't fight against that. So, I think I'm in a good position to affect people because I have the mixed martial arts. It's like what's that? A selling point. A big selling point.
Are we on the air? It's like we're on the air?
What do you have to say, Sir Doyle?
We on the air?
You didn't want to start with music today.
Yeah, I should know we're on the air.
So we started.
I'm Sir Doyle. This is Master Lukey. And we're Hospital Gate.
Come on, go back to your table. Go back to your seat, bro. Hospital Gates, our weekly show. To expose and commit violence against abusers in the medical industry. We're here to commit violence through the internet. It's a fight against. It's a fight against damages. Ryan, I'm just gonna call you by your code name. Maybe we'll call you Dark Ryan. Dark Ryan says, "You have affected me for the better in life, Luke. By the way, this is Ryan." Well, look, man. Even the people that beat me up in the octagon affected me for the better because they taught me something about myself. And I'm going to tell you something about yourself. If you have tumors in your intestine, um, and I told you that you can fix that yourself, your mind can change those to benign tumors. And when you get tested and they say there's nothing wrong with you, they're partially correct. Because there is nothing wrong with you. That's a perfectly healthy response given the circumstance of you growing up in the world where you've been fed all type of toxic garbage. But, you know, you're not going to survive by continuing that behavior. So, take this as a sparring match. Okay? You got hit. And you got hit pretty hard. There's not much else that can happen to you and still survive. And I'm telling you from experience because once you go past a certain point, there's no turning back. And I got to that point when they almost put me on lithium. Now, even though you can save yourself, you'll never be, and I'll never be back to the way things were. We just have to carry on. And we have to win for those of us who are still innocent, who still haven't been corrupted fully by the system. We're talking about the kids, the people who haven't been born yet, and we also have to do this to honor those who came before us, like Sir Doyle. You know, he'll never be the same again. He'll never even be back to where he was when I first met him. I mean, they really did a number to him, even since the last time he's been on the show, like a year ago. You know? But what can we do? We have to fight, and we have to fight for those who can still be saved. Sir Doyle, it's not about you and me. So don't take offense
I'm taking offense.
to anything I say. And
But
Ryan,
in ways we could be better, though.
Dark Ryan, don't take offense to anything I say to you.
In ways we could be
This
better.
is life or death. You can't sugarcoat it. You know? I mean, this guy's addicted to parasites in fish. He thinks that's okay. All he wants to do is eat fish because of the parasites. That's what they're craving. So, I gotta tell you these things, otherwise you wouldn't know. You know? That's called brainwashing. Everything's a program. You want to be brainwashed. You want to clean your brain out. You want to be brainwashed by the people who have the best program. What's up, Chris? You see, Chris has a lot of parasites too. He's addicted to beef. Not a lot you could do for that. Once somebody gets addicted, they'll come up with any excuse they can to continue that behavior. And it's not them, it's actually the parasite that conducts their behavior. So you just have to call these things out. It's called exposing it to the light. You know? But, Sir Doyle, you called me today. You said, "Are we doing the show?" Was there anything that you wanted to go over? Because I have some information I'm going to get into about us running for public office. That's it? That's what you want to do today? Alright. So, thanks to you, Sir Doyle. Look, just because we're all gonna die doesn't mean we can't make a difference, right?
That's right.
Now, last time we worked on
Voting.
your voting rights, and then I think what happened was I went to go check, or I got an email or something,
Yeah.
and then I checked online and it was like they couldn't find me. I was like, holy shit, I'm not registered, because I've been registered, but I guess
Yeah,
it
that's
times
it
out.
to me.
It times out after a while. So, um,
I
Anyway.
need to register again because they can't find me they can't find me out there. They have me at the address I was. I guess you go to Freeport and do it because they say I get an address.
did you get some mail for it? Because I got this in the mail, and this is confirmation that I'm registered,
I'm
and
still
I'm
registered
voting.
in Freeport, so let's go over Freeport and vote.
Oh, okay.
Let's go overnight.
All right.
Or maybe
So-
you can help me get registered here. It'd be easier because
Well, I think it's too late to change your registration, but I thought we did that.
yeah.
But did you get something like this?
No.
You didn't get anything in the mail? All right. Well, let's look that up.
I think in a more positive way we're better than we were because hey, who would've
Chris
thought-
Janey's in Canada. She'll be back once the border opens.
I think in ways we're worse, but in more positive ways we're better.
So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thanks to you, I had to check and I got registered.
Yeah.
So I'm good to go for November. So let's go to my email here.
Something's lost, but something's always gained. You know.
We got Nation Builder. Learn the basics of the Nation Builder platform. Discover new technology and ways to lead your community to action. Okay, let's look up what a nation is. What the f... No, I don't want to go to Nation Builder. I just want to look up what nation means. It's freaking Google and it's recommended stuff here. Nation is a large body of people united by a common
Bond.
culture. Alright, let's just say a common culture. And then what's culture here? Let's look this up.
This heat is pretty cool.
Yeah. Culture. Okay. Customs. Customs and behavior. Okay, so a nation is a body of people united by their behavior. So, one nation, one master, one menu. One nation, one menu. Dark Ryan says, in Utah, 50,000 ballots went to voters with incorrect information. So I don't trust our local government to keep us registered. I re-register if I have to every year as soon as I can. Okay, that's smart. Okay, my teacher, Dr. Jubb, claims...
Dr. Chubb, my hero.
He's my hero too. He claims that that there's going to be election fraud, and other people have also said that for 90 days following November 3rd, there's going to be counting of the votes, and
so that can see
there's not going to be a result to the election for 90 days.
good. That's good though. That's
And
good.
then because of the civil unrest, which is most likely bought and paid for by people like George Soros, they're going to bring in military to the streets. So we're going to have martial law. And supposedly the Chinese...
they talked to a person claiming martial law.
the
That's
Chinese
serious.
the Chinese military and the United Nations military is coming into the
They said he was
into the
going to claim
American
martial
streets.
law.
Al, thank you too, bro.
They said he was going to claim martial law.
Yeah,
Wow, it happened.
it's coming.
Well, it's
Okay.
not bad, but it's good because
Start course. Welcome to the intro to Nation Builder. This course will teach you the fundamental skills to guide your people. Learn how to get power and supporters. Okay.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm the Education Director here at Nation Builder. My job is to make sure that you have the tools you need to successfully use your nation. I'm excited to help you understand some of your nation's most useful features so that you can get out there and do the thing that matters most to you. Whether you're organizing volunteers, fundraising for a cause, or encouraging votes on Election Day, Nation Builder is here to help. In this course, I'm going to show you how to set up your Nation Builder website, navigate your people database, and contact your supporters using your nation's communication tools.
Okay. So we have a general framework. If you imagine running, if I could just compare running for office to martial arts. I mean, everything I do basically comes back to martial arts. That's how I live. So, if I'm watching a championship fight, right? And I see the greatest fighter in the world win, I'm going to practice those moves. I don't have to learn all the martial arts in the world and then practice the moves that the greatest fighter in the world is doing. All I have to do is watch what the greatest fighter in the world is doing and practice those moves. And troubleshoot that in sparring. And that's how the internet has really changed the world. So I don't have to watch this whole video. I don't have to go through this whole course. We have the guidelines right here. To become a public official, you need a website. You need to find your people, okay? So I'm already on this mission. And I'm not going to run for governor of New York before I build the League of Champions. I might promote my bid for public office on tour, a 2-for-1 type of deal. Say, I'm fighting for rights, I'm fighting for the people, I'm fighting for health, on tour. But I'm not gonna do this, run for public office before I build the League of Champions, because the world is it's a water world. What I mean by that is everything is under commerce. That's just the way the world works. So business to me is the most important thing. What's up, Sir Doyle?
If we run, we got $8 million endorsement from the president.
What's
Because
that?
I was going to run for governor when I was before I left the hospital, and he gave me an $80 million endorsement over the internet. So I'm helping with the internet. So if we run, we've already got that from the president.
When you were in the hospital,
I had somebody helping me out. I had somebody getting on the phone and emailing the president and everything. And he accepted me, went like this, and he accepted me, gave me $80 million endorsement. So you would have taken
Donald Trump gave you how much?
$80 million. They said.
$80 million. So as soon as we get our name on the ballot, we got it guaranteed 80 mil.
As long as the president's still on board, yeah.
All right. Let's look up, because this guy's got to go, Cuomo. He's a disgrace to my name.
That's what the president said. President doesn't like him either.
I'm going to type in Governor of New York. Okay. Governor.newyork.com. Look at this. Look at the deep level of corruption that the number one thing in politics is actually the medical industry.
Wow.
This is what we're fighting against.
He wants us.
They're all bought and paid for.
To get in office, to stay in office.
They're all bought and paid for.
He's trying to stay in office and maybe become president with this coronavirus. Just.
Now let's see. Priorities. Okay. So this is what the governor of New York has to work on. Civil rights, community revitalization, criminal justice, economic development, education, environment, gun safety, health and wellness, infrastructure, minority rights. I'll call this minority rights, and women's rights. It's a shame that they don't have men's rights.
Yeah,
I think that would be equal. They should have equality.
We should have some rights. I mean, we don't have.
No,
anything.
I'm not saying women shouldn't have rights, but there should be another box here, men's rights.
Yeah, because we need something.
Have both of them. What the fuck? All right, so let's start with the top, civil rights. Protecting the rights of all New Yorkers. New York has always served as a place for people to have equal rights. New York is supposed to be a beacon of hope and opportunity. You know what they say, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
We pledge to provide equal opportunity for everybody, regardless of where you're from. We want to build a community, help out those who are less fortunate, and respect everybody's rights. And, you know, this is actually comical that he says religious freedoms here, because they actually took away religious exemption to vaccination.
Really?
In New York. Yep.
Oh, yeah, because if you're a certain religion, you're a certain faith, you don't believe in it.
You used to be able to say that, you know, because I'm a certain religion, or just you could just say, this is my religious belief, I don't want my kid to be vaccinated. But now, if you go to a New York public school, you're not allowed to say that anymore. They got rid of religious exemption for vaccination in New York. That is a perfect example of the corruption that has gone all the way up. All the way up. The governor of New York has been bought and paid for. His name is a disgrace to mine. And that's why I don't identify as Italian anymore, and now I'm native. Native meaning born here.
Me, I'll always be a Christian. But as far as Cuomo goes, he might be Italian, but he ain't my paisan.
Yeah, he's trying to ruin this state.
He's a disgrace to the Italian race and the Irish race, because we're together. The Italians and Irish are together, so he's a disgrace to both of us. You know?
Yeah.
He's a disgrace to both Italian and Irish. The Irish and Italians stick together, so he's a disgrace to both Irish and Italians.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
100%. I'm gonna go to Cuomo on YouTube, and we'll go.
That's his brother there.
They're brothers?
Yeah, what do they look like?
We'll go to upload date. So this is the most current.
Jewish communities across our area being warned. Follow COVID rules or lose your funding. Both Governor Cuomo and New York City Police Commissioner Dermot Shea discussed stepping up enforcements in these hot zones.
If the local government does not effectively enforce the law, we will withhold funds from the local government. The local governments that are receiving that are New York City,
New York City.
Orange County, Rockland County, town of Ramapo, village of Spring Valley.
Nothing is more important to us than human life. We are out there, not only in Borough Park, parts of Queens, but really all over the city.
So Jewish community leaders claim that they're being unfairly singled out. Former State Assemblyman Dov Hikind joining me now to weigh in on this. So good morning to you, Mr. Hikind. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning.
So Governor Cuomo, let's talk about this. He issued this mandate last week, right? Ordering yeshivas, synagogues, and hot zones like Borough Park to close down. But just yesterday, video surfaced of yeshivas still operating. So why aren't these mandates being followed?
Well, the issue is, first of all, everyone must follow the rules or face the consequences. The issue is the governor's behavior, which is unconscionable. He has directed everything for the past 10 days. It's about the Jews. It's about the Orthodox Jews. It's about the Hasidic Jews. He is causing an outbreak of the virus of anti-Semitism. I don't know why he's obsessed specifically with the Jewish community when there are things happening. We're talking about 9 zip codes. We're talking about, I know the area. I represented the area for 36 years. There are Muslims. There are all kinds of groups, Pakistanians, in these communities.
Right.
Why, again, an obsession with the Orthodox community?
It wasn't just it wasn't just synagogues that were closed down and yeshivas as well. 300 public and private schools closed down. Bishop DeBarzio of the Catholic Diocese is saying that he doesn't want his schools closed down. They're in the cluster zones as well. Your own quote.
All right, I'll pause that for a second. My take is it's an attack on religious freedoms because the Hasidic, they have their own laws that come from God. And the communists, like Cuomo, they want the government to be the God.
Yeah.
So
that they can be God.
What he's doing is attacking a bastion of religious freedom that the Orthodox Jews, they're going to test positive for COVID because they eat garbage. They eat sausage, they eat potatoes, they eat dairy, they eat meats. They're sick.
Yeah.
No, Jew food is terrible.
Yeah.
Jew food is some of the worst food in the world.
Yeah.
Jew food's up there with English food.
It's
Just disgusting
it's supposed to be orthodox.
It doesn't matter if it's kosher because it's still garbage.
Kosher food ain't good, you're saying.
Kosher food is just because it's kosher. It's the kosher really what it means is they drain the blood out.
Yeah.
But they're still eating the flesh, and that's full of virus.
Yeah.
So they're going to test positive for virus, but this attack on the Jews in New York here it doesn't have to do with them being Jewish. It has to do with them being subject to a power that's above the government. Yeah. Because the government, people like Cuomo, who's a communist, he wants the government to be in charge of religion. Yeah. So that's what I think about this. But let's watch the rest.
Listen, when we start.
What's that?
We could probably contact the president today, get it on his website, because that's how we did it last time. Mm-hmm. And this time, of course, you'd be taking the lead.
Okay.
But we can contact the governor, and I can say, does he remember me? And we can start that over. And there was also, remember I told you I had inheritance?
Yeah.
Well, I also was endorsing him with $60 million. Mm-hmm. And that was out of that was refundable. He said that was refundable.
Okay.
Which means he'd give that back to me, and then they give me another $80 million for endorsement.
Right.
And he so
you got 140. You got 80 plus 60.
My endorsement to him is refundable.
60. Okay.
80.
Okay.
And his $80 million endorsement to me, he didn't even say it was refundable. He said, like a gift. Okay. Well, we could contact him.
All right.
And we could ask if he still remembers
Okay.
and if he's still up for it.
Alright.
The problem with my estate is it's up in the air again. It's all frozen again.
Yeah.
So nobody could touch it again. For a while, I could do things with it
All right.
when I was in the hospital. But that's when they start stealing from me. So I froze the assets before I left the hospital.
Okay.
But
All right. Well, we're not running yet, so we can fix that, right?
Yeah, we
We'll
can.
unfreeze it eventually.
Yeah, and also if we can contact the president to see if he remembers me.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure he remembers me.
All right. So are we done with this? Let's move on.
Yeah.
Cuomo, you're a scumbag. I'm running against you in 2022. Next thing we'll go
Running
into
against you.
is economic and community revitalization. But let's go to Donald Trump here.
He showed up. He was talking, huh?
Okay, live. We'll just put this by upload date. Let's see. We got Diamond and Silk. We got Bloomberg, CNBC, Golden State Times. Which one do you want to click on? PBS.
Wherever we can get in contact with him.
They're all live right now. We got PBS, we got Golden State, we got CNBC, we got Bloomberg, and we
Fox
got...
5.
Let's do Golden State.
All right.
I never said they wouldn't be fracking. It's the craziest thing. If that ever happened to me, and the media doesn't even talk about it, that's just one of many things. Then he does the thing with the courts. You see that, right? He goes, I'll tell you after the election what I'm going to do. How important is it? Because he's going to put on radical left crazy judges that will destroy your lives. You know, it's the most important. They've always said, I've always heard this, that the most important thing a president does is pick Supreme Court justices, right? I would say maybe the military, you know, but let's say it's right there. And he has to create a list, and more than just that. He has to create a list and let you know, and he has to pick from that list. That's what I did. I created a list of 25 people, highly, highly capable people. And a lot of people said that's why I won the election, actually. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it was a very important part, Mayor. You understand mayors, you know that. So their insane energy policies will abolish millions of jobs and cost seniors thousands of dollars per year in higher energy bills. Their anti-police agenda will empower violent mobs and put every community at risk.
Can we chat with him?
Their anti-suburban agenda threatens the property values of millions of American seniors and your families who own homes in residential neighborhoods in the suburbs. I'm saving the suburbs. You know, people were saying, well, women in the suburbs, do they like Trump? I said, yeah, they like me. You know why they like me? Because I'm saving their homes. That's why they like me. They may not like me, but they like what I'm doing. And that's more important. Oh, boy, they have these crazy people. The people on television, I don't know if suburban women want security, they want safety, they want law and order, they want their homes to be protected. The socialist ideology that they will use and indoctrinate our youth with it's like poisonous anti-American propaganda. The plan by Washington Democrats to give amnesty and free health care to illegal border crossers will obliterate Medicare, bankrupt your Social Security, robbing you of the benefits that you've paid for your entire lives. You know, look, take a look at Venezuela.
Just mute this guy
You know,
for a
people
second.
are.
You can see that he's reading.
Yeah.
He's looking from one side. He's going like this. He's reading from this side. There's a couple of teleprompters, and then he's going. And you can hear it in his voice when he's reading and when he's not.
Is he reading the whole time?
No, he's not reading the whole time, but you can tell when.
You'll do sometimes, right? You can't do it perfect. Can't be perfect.
Well, look, when you're bought and paid for, like Trump is, you're gonna read from the script. I could do this. I don't read when I'm broadcasting. I don't ever read.
You don't understand.
Now I might have points that I have to go over, but I don't have anybody writing
No,
what
we're
I'm
live.
supposed to
We're
say.
who we are.
Okay, Trump has people who's writing for him. Now we can't chat with him, Sir Doyle, because he's live right now. This is where he's at right now, so he's not
Okay.
fielding any questions. But there is a chat box over here,
All right.
and let's see. We have people saying QAnon, demons, fracking. Okay. Let's see. Stimulus. Yeah. Well, look, I'm pretty progressive in terms of my environmental policy.
Hold on, I got a
I
phone
do
call.
believe
I got a phone
that
call.
the industries of America are very toxic, but
Hello? 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 I'm fine. I have elder plan. I have elder plan, not Medicare. I'm elder plan. I have Medicare, but I have elder plan with it. I have Medicare. I have Medicare. Listen, you call me at a bad time. I'm at work right now. You call me at a bad time. A couple hours from now. Right.
sound like he was trying to get something out of you.
Sounds like it. Yeah. Scam. Got him on this phone.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that the industries of America are very environmentally destructive. However, the way that the world works is kind of like jujitsu, where you don't go up against energy. You take it and you divert it. So, whereas Trump is a guy who is bought and paid for, meaning he's not going to change anything. He is towing a line of the big agricultural industry. For example, the cattle farming that's polluting the world. Okay, Trump eats burgers, and he is continuing the. I forgot the word that the government gives.
Yeah, we can't badmouth him too much. He's endorsing us.
The government gives money to those businesses.
Mr. Lupi.
We can say whatever we want. This is a free country, Sir Doyle. And if
But
Trump
it's
is a
bullshit.
warrior, like you think he is, he will appreciate people who are telling him the truth.
True.
And if you think he's all that he's cracked up to be, then he will take what we say and do something about it. But what I see is him towing the line of the toxic practices of American big and global big businesses. For example, Operation Warp Speed. And that's the plan to vaccinate everybody in America. I will give him credit that he's not mandating it like the communist Joe Biden says he's going to mandate vaccines. God forbid that psychopath gets elected, him and the witch. God forbid. You want to watch any more Trump? Or should we move on?
Maybe we should move on.
All right, we're going to move on. We're going to go to something called Bottom Up. This is the website for New York governor, which I'm running for in 2022. Okay, this is called Bottom Up Economic and Community Development Strategy. Okay, so that's all we have to read about that. Bottom Up Economic and Community Development. So as far as Master Lucky Brand goes, I don't have any funding. What I have is contributors like you who's watching. For example, Kurt. Kurt's amazing firefighter in California. He's fighting against the HARP created.
Firefighters to know us?
Kurt is fighting the California blazes.
Cool.
And he's contributing in two ways. First of all, he gave me $44 through Cash App, and I still have that. I did buy things. For example, I got another supply of Celtic salt and lion's mane mushroom, but I bought that with my own money that I made teaching martial arts. So I still have Kurt's money. I'm just thinking of what I'm going to spend that on as far as furthering my brand and my mission. So I have, let's see, I have on my account about $90. So that's $46 to buy. I'm getting broccoli for my kids tomorrow. They said they wanted to make some broccoli, and I might get some noodles. But the rest of that money, if anybody has any ideas, what do you think? You know, maybe you can. Now I have plans, but I do take suggestions. What do you think I should spend money on to further develop Master Lukey brand? Another way that Kurt's contributing, he says he wants to develop my app, which if you go back 2 videos on my channel here, there's a video where I explained how that app's going to work when I'm going on tour. So basically, you watching with your phone, me fighting, or whoever's fighting on my tour, you're going to be able to watch the action and keep score yourself. So instead of having judges like they do in MMA, like you watch UFC, they have 3 judges. In Master Lukey's League of Champions, we have an unlimited amount of scorekeepers. And everybody who's watching becomes a scorekeeper. So as the match is progressing, you're giving the score, and that's going through the Master Lukey app, and then that score is tallied at the end of the match. And then if it's a pro match, you know, the fighters get paid based on their score, and if it's not a pro match, the score gets uploaded.
If you don't mind me asking, how many people are watching?
Right now there's two dedicated viewers.
How many people total?
And we have 3 dedicated viewers. Just went up 1. And we have 1 thumbs up.
Cool.
So far. Is that it? That's all you wanted to know? Okay, next. So as far as bottom-up economic and community development strategy, you know, bottom-up means we the people, we're the ones, and you the people, you're the ones who's supporting this mission. And this isn't like something where somebody is, you know, let's see, coming up with, like, it's not like a rich person who's like coming out with something to sell to you. This is coming from the bottom up. It's called grassroots. Community development means when I go on tour and I have these events, this is for the people who participates, the venues where we fight at, for them to also not just make money, but to develop a culture around this new scoring system, which is safer. See, I want to replace the current system, which is head contact and submissions, and I want to replace that with no head contact and points for action instead of damage. So this is personal and community development strategy. Criminal justice is when I'm in office, we're going to make it illegal to do all the things that's damaging. the head contact, the submissions, the junk food, and the pharmaceutical and surgical industry that's unnecessary and harmful to people. Economic development, okay, education, it's all connected. Let's move on. Let's move on, Sir Doyle. Go back in your seat. Let's talk.
Okay.
Fuck. My coffee's wearing off and I'm getting tired.
Okay.
What do you say? You talk for
Well,
a bit.
I think that if we work as a team, we can pull this off.
Alright, what does the deputy governor do?
Deputy governor basically is like the vice president to the president. Anything happens to the governor, deputy governor, of course, takes over. If anything like that. But otherwise, he's like a
Deputy
standby
Governor of New York. Kathleen Courtney Hochul. Oh, it's called Lieutenant Governor.
lieutenant governor. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Lieutenant means...
They're like the vice president.
Well, what's up, Zachy? My son's on. What's up, my G? We're just talking about how I'm going to be running for governor of New York in 2022. After Master Luki's League of Champions becomes at least an East Coast phenomenon, then I'll have enough clout to run for office. See, right now, nobody knows who Master Luki is, or very few people. We got 5 viewers now, Sir Doyle.
Cool.
So after I go on tour, or while I'm on tour, I'll be building awareness and, what is it called when you get famous? I'll just be building up over the next 6 viewers, hell yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it, this.
Over the next, 2 years, I'll be touring, building up awareness, and getting my name out there so that in 2022 we'll have a big following.
Hope we do.
Kevin says, what's up, Sir Doyle?
Hey!
Alright, Zach, you gonna watch something else? Check back later. I'll let you know when I'm off if you want to play Fortnite, my G. There he is, New York State's future lieutenant governor. It's an officer of high rank in the Navy. So the Navy is an interesting thing because it's like the military of the water. And it's very useful to relate that to... okay, cool. I'll message you in a little bit, Zachy. It's very useful, in my opinion, to relate that to business because business operates under what's called maritime law. So a lot of the terminology and the philosophy of the Navy is actually, corresponds to business. Chris says, you have great hair, Sir Doyle.
Thank you, Chris.
He must have seen you checking yourself. Make sure you look good in the mirror. Huh? You got great hair, bro.
Great gray hair.
Don't get a haircut. Remember you wanted me to give you a haircut 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
I said, no, let it grow out.
Not to cut it short, but...
I said, let it grow out. Kathleen Courtney Hochul. That's who you're going to be running against.
Okay.
Let's look this up.
Well, if the guy that's in charge of her is a dick, so...
Let's see. It's the second highest rank official in the state. Honorable. Okay. Why is it called honorable?
Because they say all of them. Honorable governor, as you call them, honorable assistant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they honorable, close to honorable.
Okay, she
But he's
previously
anything but honorable.
served as New York's 26th district, which is Western New York, parts of Erie and Niagara, including Buffalo, Lackawanna, Niagara Falls, Tonawanda, and North Tonawanda. Wow, that's right up near where Janie lives.
Wow.
Oh, she's a Democrat, though.
I told you, yeah, because she's Cuomo's wife. Cuomo's sister.
She's the first Democrat
Of course she's a
to
Democrat.
represent that district in 40 years.
She's
Wow.
a Democrat because she's on Cuomo's ticket. You can't be a Republican to be on Cuomo's ticket.
She's got them crazy eyes, bro.
She wasn't
I'm
even
gonna
for that.
cancel her out right now.
That's
Boom.
good or bad? Crazy eyes.
Oh, no, it's not good.
It isn't?
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't mean like crazy?
That you can use to help pay for prescription drugs.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There he is, folks. The big shill for the pharmaceutical industry. There he is.
Maybe
Your
she's making it
executive marketing director for Big Pharma.
cheap. Maybe,
there he
maybe he's
is.
trying to make it cheaper.
Your spokesperson for the international drug ring. There he is, folks. Advertising for Big Pharma.
Yeah, but he might be just saying make it cheaper.
Advertising for Big Pharma. He wants to make all the drugs cheaper and easier to get. He's advertising for them and the vaccines too. Kevin says you have to sell your soul to get in. You can't get in unless they have something on you. Damn, isn't that what you
say
said?
for us?
Isn't that what you said, Sir Doyle? Like, what if they come after your family? What will you do?
Yeah.
Because I said I'm not for sale.
I'm
You
not for
said-
sale either.
But you said, what if they come after your family? What would you do then? Is there anything that they could tell you, Sir Doyle, to make you compromise?
No,
on-
because God comes first. Jesus Christ comes first, and He's the only one that can make me compromise anything. Nobody can. No man, woman, or child is important enough to compromise my principles. I won't be compromised. I hear you now. I will not be compromised.
All right, I'm glad you
I
said
will
that.
fight for my family, but if they die because I'm not giving in, what good am I to them if I'm giving in?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said that, because if we're running together, I got to know that you got my six.
Yeah,
In the military terminology, that means you got my back.
he got your back.
You're not gonna be
No,
selling me out either.
no, I'm not gonna sell anybody out.
So
I'll be
Kevin,
concerned
look,
about my family though.
we're the
because,
first politicians that are not for sale.
Yep, I just hope they're.
So maybe that means we're not gonna get it. We're not gonna.
I
get the
just hope if they
nomination.
go after anybody, they go after us and leave our families
According
alone.
to Kevin, we have to sell out to get there. You know, I was thinking about it yesterday because I knew that you were coming on the show today, Sir Doyle, and I was thinking about what you said about having to sell out to make it, and I said, is there anything that I would sell out to? Kevin, you got the 6? Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I get the 6.
Let's go, Kevin. Give him a pound.
You're the best. Hey.
You know how Donald Trump does the thumbs up? That's like his thing.
I know.
You do one better, the double thumbs up. That's it. He's the Trump that you deserve. Not the Trump that we got right now. He's the Trump you deserve. You Scottish?
Scottish, Irish, Hungarian.
There he is. Donald Trump version 2.0. The good kind. Not the sellout kind. So, the conclusion that I came to as I was walking yesterday, I don't believe in meditation. I've had people on my channel ask me, oh, do you do breathing and meditation? I don't have time for that. Look, I live in New York. We need things done yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't have time to sit around and empty my thoughts or practice breathing. I practice fighting. I think about things. I do walking meditation, like if I'm going somewhere, like when I walk to the
That's how
supermarket.
we got to do it. We got to do it like we're not even thinking about it. Because if we think too much about it, we're going to fall. But if we stop thinking so much, my father before he died, he says, stop thinking. You're thinking. No, Dad, you're thinking again. No, don't think. Don't think. Just do it. Do not think. Just do it.
Get up, get out, get down. Okay. So anyway, I was walking along, and I was thinking. Sorry to your dad. I was thinking about what if the mafia came and said, you know, it's either our way or the highway. So I thought about it, and what am I against? I'm against drugs. I'm against junk
So you
food.
live life to the fullest and just don't worry about it.
Well, here's the conclusion that I came to. I won't go after the establishment.
But you'll avoid it.
But what I will do is I will create an alternative.
Okay, and get them to go for that.
And
Get them to go for that.
I will promote the safest way.
And if we could prove that you
Instead of
make more
attacking.
money the safe way than their way, they'll go for
Exactly.
our way.
Instead of
And-
attacking the establishment, I'm going to promote
Promote
the
a
safest
new
way.
idea to the establishment. Show them that they can make more money. Let me get a view on this. Let me say this is the camera. Let me say this in the camera.
You are.
Show them that they can make more money our way than their way, and they'll do it.
Right?
This is to all the people out there that are in the establishment, all the big wigs, all the big chiefs that want us to conform. You can make more money conforming to this. It's all about money. It's all about money. Remember, you know that. You can make more money by conforming to our ways than you can by conforming to yours. It's about money. It's about money, Mr. President. Mr. President, you've always said it, as long as I've known you, it's always been about money. Don't do it their way. You can't make money that way. You'll make money our way. And Mr. President, I hear you're almost broke. Don't do things their way. You're, like I said in the hospital, you're not a stupid man, Mr. President. Don't let them make an ass out of you. You're not a stupid man. And neither am I. We can't make, and neither is he, for that matter. We can't let them make asses out of us. Money, Mr. Trump, money. More money our way than it was ever their way. Who are you for, Mr. President? I had to speak to you before, and you listened. More money our way.
Okay, get in there. That's it?
More money our way. Our way.
We got you. Al says yes, Sir Doyle. Al agrees with you.
Yes.
Well, I think, what I'll say about that, because you have a lot of people, oh, hold on, my dad's calling me. Dad.
Could you come upstairs for 5 minutes and give me a hand?
Sure.
Second floor, right?
All right.
I'll help too.
Be right there.
Okay.
All right. All right. So what I'm gonna say is this, and then we're gonna end the show because we're coming up on an hour. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
What I'm gonna say is this. Look, without getting too much into detail, because you know I'm like a Saturday morning cartoon character. I'm not.
We certainly are.
I'm not a college professor. So what I'm gonna give you is like sound effects. I'm not gonna explain how sound is created or travels through space. I'm just gonna give you the boom pow, if that makes sense. It's just a simplified version, okay? Now, right now, the monetary system in the world is based on something called fiat currency, meaning that somebody is skimming off the top.
Yeah.
Okay? Somebody's skimming off the top. It's based on usury. And that is actually against my religion, and it's against most original religions. Now, some religions have brought that into their religion, and they've said it's okay as long as there's a certain amount. But I believe that we're coming into a time, and most all religions are based on something called astrotheology. It has to do with the idea that we come from, you know, we come from nothing. My religion, Al, I would say the closest thing to it is native.
I would say you're a Christian.
It's native, and even religion, even Christianity has the same original source. But I believe in Great Spirit. I believe in God, whatever you want to call it. 0 point energy. Kevin says the Vatican is worth trillions.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. And there's you're not going to find a lot of that information on this channel because there's just people who know more about it than me. But what I'm just going to say is that we're coming into a time where that's about free energy. So instead of using fossil fuels where there's a side effect, there's a soot, there's a sediment that happens when people eat the type of food that they've been eating. We're moving into a time where there's more free energy, that health food is coming into more abundance, that you have energy that doesn't require fossil fuel, and you have an economic system which is based on something called I forgot the word. The brand is Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency. It's based on cryptocurrency, which, it's just everything is going in a certain direction, and that's why I believe that Sir Doyle and we represent the change that's happening in the world, and people like Cuomo and Trump, they're the old guard. They're going down. When I run for governor, I'm running against Cuomo, and then when I run for president, I'm running against Trump's successor. I'm running against his successor because they're all chosen.
Well,
in my opinion,
we can't be Democrats. We would be
No.
more of an independent.
Maybe independent or conservative.
Independent conservative, yeah.
Green Party, maybe.
Independent conservative.
But let me go up and help my dad with some work. Okay, stay tuned for more.
If anybody was ever trafficked in a hospital, anybody's ever abused in a hospital, drugged up in a hospital, any abuse in a hospital at all,
or in the supermarket,
in the world, the country, we're running for governor's office, we're in the whole state. Contact us at www.hospitalgate.org or #hospitalgate. I hope this message has been informative to you.